Crew plot summary. Three air hostesses, Geeta, Jasmine, and Divya, work for the very famous Kohinoor airline, which is on the verge of bankruptcy. With their salaries docked for months, the women discovered that the airline CFO, Mr. Middle, was using the help of a now-deceased cabin crew member to smuggle gold abroad for the chairman of Kohinoor Airlines. After convincing Mr. Middle to allow them to smuggle the gold abroad for Mr. Vijay Walia, the trio finally start making money and have the time of their lives. Divya's old flame, Rajveer Singh, works as a customs officer. While Rajveer is sure that Divya will never smuggle gold, his team members suspect Divya to be Geeta and Jasmine's accomplice. What happens to the gold hidden on the plane? After receiving a tip from their informant, an ex-air hostess, the customs officers take Divya, Geeta, and Jasmine in for questioning. After hours and hours of interrogation, the customs officers have to let the trio go as they do not find any gold. As it turns out, Divya managed to hide the gold inside the plane minutes before the trio were taken in for questioning. While Geeta, Jasmine, and Divya are left behind, the plane with the gold and flies abroad with a different cabin crew. The gold is later discovered and Rajveer loses his faith in Divya. Why does Vijay Walia flee India? The trio are worried about losing their jobs, and a fight breaks out between Jasmine and Divya. Geeta learns that her ex-colleague and Mr. Middle's wife was the informant who leaked the information after she found her husband cheating on her. Soon there is news about Kohinoor Airlines going bankrupt and the air hostesses as well as other crew members lose their jobs. However, there is mass hysteria after it is announced that Vijay Walia has fled to the Middle East. There, Vijay Walia is set to marry his daughter off and is enjoying the luxuries, all thanks to the gold he had Geeta, Jasmine, Divya, and other crew members smuggle abroad. Jasmine ends up losing her only family member, her grandfather. This brings Divya, Geeta, and Jasmine close again, and they decide to bring Vijay Walia down by planning a heist. How do Geeta, Divya, and Jasmine trick Mr. Middle? The trio threatens to expose Mr. Middle to the Indian police and offers him a 7% share of all the gold they will eventually steal from Vijay Walia. Mr. Middle agrees to help the trio, and they decide that Jasmine will sneak the keycard to Walia's suite to steal the gold while the Walia family is busy celebrating the wedding. Jasmine manages to use her kleptomania to her advantage and takes the keycard while Divya takes her brother's help to hack into the CCTV of the entire hotel premises. Geeta disguises herself as the hotel staff and shows up at the Walia suite only to learn that the gold is not in the suite. What is Jasmine's plan B? Geeta and Divya give up, but Jasmine decides to go with plan B. She tells the two that Vijay Walia was set to flee with the gold the following morning. They use the help of a ground staff in India, and Geeta and Jasmine disguise themselves as the two crew members on Vijay Walia's private jet. Divya, who initially studied to become a pilot, replaces Walia's pilot and takes the plane to India. Geeta and Jasmine drug Vijay Walia and his son-in-law's drinks, but are not able to convince Vijay's daughter Aisha to drink the roofied alcohol. What happens to Aisha Walia? The duo decide to go with their initial plan of stealing the gold while Vijay is passed out, but Aisha wakes up and finds them. There is a chaotic altercation between Jasmine, Geeta, and Aisha, which ends with the two air hostesses tying Aisha up and leaving her locked in the storage unit of the flight. What happens to Vijay Walia and all the gold? Jasmine and Geeta take 3 of the 4 suitcases of gold to the cockpit and give Divya a much-needed pep talk to land the plane. Divya manages to land it in her hometown. The 3 women escape the plane with their respective suitcases while Rajveer informs the local cops to arrest Vijay Walia, Aisha, and her husband. How does crew end? The customs officers seize the leftover suitcase while Rajveer helps Divya, Geeta, and Jasmine escape with their share of the gold as the film comes to an end.